Denis Villeneuve's Blade Runner 2049 is a sequel that stands on its own without relying on the greatness of the original film. In fact, I feel like this movie does everything better than the original. Everything about the way in which this film is created is incredibly well done. The world in which this movie takes place is extremely believable. It kind of blends complex science fiction technologies with more archaic technology to recreate the unique vision of the future that was found in the original movie. The world is grimy, gritty, and it feels like a real living place. Roger Deakins' cinematography in this film may be his finest work yet. Many of the shots of this polluted and dirty, rainy, futuristic Los Angeles can fully immerse you in this world while also looking incredibly beautiful. The sound design in this film is fantastic and makes a lot of the technology in the environments feel very realistic. The musical score is a lot like the originals in some ways, with a lot of synth and electronic music. However, the score of Blade Runner 2049 feels a lot more mysterious and darker, which really complements the differences between the original story and the story of the new movie. This new movie is also a lot more slower paced than the more recent blockbuster films, and it kind of gives the audience more time. The movie also doesn't really rush from action scene to action scene, and the action that is in the movie is restrained, and it doesn't overuse massive set pieces and explosions. The way in which these action scenes play out and their context in the story makes them just as exciting as an intense, newer blockbuster film. The main character of Blade Runner 2049 is a Blade Runner named K. He's played by Ryan Gosling. Blade Runners in 2049 are still being tasked with killing runaway replicants just like in the original, but many things of the world of Blade Runner have changed. Kay ultimately finds something on an assignment that forces him into involving himself in a complex and intriguing mystery. Ultimately, Blade Runner 2049 asks what it means to be human, an idea that was present in the original film, but in this film it is expanded upon in a much more meaningful and thoughtful way. In the world we live in, where technology is progressing at such a rapid pace, Blade Runner 2049 is incredibly relevant. It explores how advanced technology can hurt society in the long run, and it asks, when artificial intelligence becomes sentient, how are we going to define what being human actually means? Blade Runner 2049 also explores ideas of how new technologies will change the way that we experience relationships, and the effects that living in a world run by corporations has on regular people. Blade Runner 2049 is a masterpiece and should not be missed while it's still in theaters.